Welcome back to Manchester. It's Champions League time, and we're here for this one basically because it's the life I could have led. It's Atlético Madrid, the other team that offered me a job. So we could have been on the other side of this fixture. Who knows? Now, catching up from what you saw before, which was the win over Manchester United, wasn't it? Yes, how could I forget? We wouldn't be in today's game without this one. We threw away a 3-1 lead, conceding a 95th minute equaliser. With the 2 extra points we'd have got from that, we would have avoided this round and finished top 8. So, yeah, we're here today because we couldn't hold on to a 3-1 lead at home to Greek opposition. So, yay! Always glad to be here for an actual genuine reason. Beat Barrow easily with a completely rotated side. And then beat Reims easily to actually finally, well, to be fair, we had qualified before we'd played this, but it was a nice way to round off our Champions League group or league phase. We could have got Reims again in this round, but some other lucky swine drew them. I'd have much rather had them than Atlético Madrid. Brighton, I tried something because they were playing 4-4-2. I tried to go 3 in midfield, and what I did didn't really work, so I changed it to something a lot more attacking. Because I had 2 defensive midfielders, I think, and a central midfielder. And it didn't really work because I think my central midfielder was getting outnumbered and the defensive midfielders weren't pushing forward enough to do it. So eventually what we ended up with was 2 central midfielders and an attacking midfielder, and then we had like the 2-on-2 in the middle and the spare man in between their lines, and I think that worked for us. And yeah, we came from behind, stole it very late. A good win against the reigning champions. This fiasco, I mean, the penalty, it was one of those ones that never looks like a penalty in a million years, you know, the sort of thing on this game. And then to concede an own goal 7 minutes after equalising, and we dominated the second half, but we didn't really do anything. My central defenders and my goalkeeper put in stinkers of performances. My emergency striker, because, oh yes, both Erling Haaland and Clive Dominguez went down injured. Erling Haaland for most of the rest of the season. So that's been helpful. As you can see, the goals have kind of dried up a bit without them. I think Erling Haaland went down in this game, yeah. We went off after 13 minutes, I think. So yeah, not good. Again, very disappointing against Stoke. Took an early lead. Again, basically controlled the game, but we did not get enough shots on target. It was a fault throughout the game. We just wasted chances. And Harrison Murray Campbell with his first goal of the season, because obviously. Anyway, all of which has led us to Atlético Madrid. So, a trip to Spain. Nobody cares about Crystal Palace Newcastle. Even Crystal Palace and Newcastle fans don't care about that game. It's never been meaningful. Right, let's have a look. Who are we going to put the pressure on? Well, he's picked out him. I haven't got anyone who's got a particularly weak foot, so okay, I'm going to go with that. I've gone for tight marking Gavi. Now, if we're going to go with this, do I want you to mark the central midfielder? Attacking midfield centre. Okay, which is probably going to pull you out of position a little bit. We'll see how that plays out. Probably badly, but never mind, eh? Right, it's a relatively strong lineup. Clive Dominguez is back from injury, but is not particularly fit. Or recommended 75 minutes of action. Generally speaking, people are in there. Buonani has also been out injured for a couple of games, so we've missed him. And with a fairly small squad. I wasn't able to make any additions in the transfer window. Did look at trying to get a striker in on loan, but I didn't think there was anyone of enough quality to actually help us out. And Dominguez was due back relatively shortly. Of course, if we get another injury, we're screwed. Oh, good. Peter Dunholtz. There's a name from the past. Tried to sign him before while we were at Gladbach, and he came here, apparently. Right, go out there and impress me. You don't want to impress me at all, do you? Right, well, I trust you to make the difference. Make me proud. Do things. Oh, I don't know. Right, both sides basically playing the same formation. So, what can we do? This could have been a home game for me. It's an away game instead because we're at Man City and not Atlético Madrid. Did I make the right choice? Let's hope that the boys can show that I did. Right, hang on a second. I just want to check who this is. That's Casas. Now you see, he seems to be going that side. Right. Just a little bit of a change. I am going to actually ask you. I'm going to ask you to mark Gavi specifically, and I'm going to take that off of you because he seems to be operating on Casas's side. Let's hope that's a thing that stays the case, because otherwise, I mean, ultimately, I might get dragged out of position anyway. Oh, it's been tipped wide. Excuse me. In case you've been wondering where the videos have been, I mean, Christmas obviously has sort of got in the way somewhat, and I wasn't well between the Germany trip and Christmas, as you probably heard in the last video. And honestly, last couple of days I've been just quite lazy. Yep, I've been sitting around on the sofa doing virtually nothing. See, Darvic has not been playing brilliantly, but he's been out of position on the right hand side. I mean, he can do right hand side, but it's not where we want him. Kasongo has been trying to fill in up front to no real effect. He had a goal disallowed, but that's basically the only time he put the ball in the net. Oh, Dominguez is through and scores. Is he on? I see no flag. Come on. Yes! Kluber Dominguez back in the lineup, back in the goals. Buonani, look at that. See, two players we've been missing recently combine for the opener. This is a very good squad when we have everyone fit. It lacks numbers, basically. We've got a bit of depth because we've got some, players who can come in and do a really good job. Like, I mean, Lacam is hanging around this squad somewhere and doesn't get used as much as he probably should. Which I might have to have a fiddle about with the tactic and try and get it so that he gets in more. But we have got an awful lot of talent. Right, not particularly happy with the way we've let them control the game a bit. I mean, they've done nothing with it, but I want this to be the other side. Mirror this at some point. Right. Okay, some bloke's getting too much space for his crosses. Oh, go on, Aguero. Go on. Go. Just run into the space. Oh, Buonani, was he on? Kasongo. Looks like there's no doubt about that one. It's a beautiful counter-attack. And now we've got people in the positions we want them in. Still looks very suspiciously offside to me, but I will take it. beginning to look like we might have made the right choice. Yeah, see, again, Gavi is definitely favouring that side for whatever reason. Casas has moved away from him. Don't know why. He's supposed to be marking Gavi, mate. Okay. Right, where's this one going? It's gone on for a while now, which normally smells goal. Oh, no, it's a good save. Mamardashvili, you need to start playing better. I have extended his contract for a year. There was the option, so I've given myself basically more time to replace him. He's going to have to go probably at the end of next season, because sooner or later the decline is really going to start to set in. But until that happens, we're happy to keep him on. And, like I say, look for a replacement when we finally get some money to spend. I did on deadline day ask the board to give me some more money, because there was a youngster, a young centre back. Well, that was made far too easy for him, wasn't it? We were apparently leaving him too much room to cross, and then he decided, well, if they're going to leave me that much space, I'll just shoot instead. Right, not happy that we've only got a 1-goal lead here, boys. Although saying that, we can't really complain too much. Well, we can, because it's the first shot on target they've had. But, you know me, I can complain about most things. Anyway, yeah, so there was a youngster I had my eye on, 7.5 million, we had 7.1 million. I asked for a bit more money, and fortunately, 2 days after the transfer window closed, they came back saying, no, I couldn't have it. So that was good. At least they didn't say, oh yeah, here's the money. Oh no, you can't spend it now. My fault, admittedly, for asking for it so late in the day, but, you know, the injury crisis didn't rear its head until fairly late. Okay, no, I know you're capable of better. Let's go and prove that, shall we? Let's get a couple of goals, 4-1 away win. What a terrible touch that was. Right, encourage. You won't like it. You won't like me offering you encouragement when you're winning. Don't throw away another 2-goal lead in a Champions League game. I'm not going to be happy. Look at my face. Is this the face of a happy man? It's about not to be. Mamardashvili. Atletico Madrid are enjoying themselves. Don't let them enjoy themselves, boys. This is not a party. This is a football match that they should be losing. Oh my lord. I mean, admittedly, they are losing, but they shouldn't be enjoying themselves whilst they're doing it. Right, what is this? What is this horrific start to the second half? You're getting berated next time. Just so you know, I'm going to shout at you and tell you how rubbish I think you are any minute now. Because this, totally unacceptable. Berate! Are we going to actually get our arse in gear and play football? Or are we going to just watch them make pretty passes all over the place and eventually score the goals they need? Right, where are we going? Goals the other end, boys. We switched ends at half time. Did nobody say? Oh my lord. Well, that's on me. I should have let you know. There we go. Seem to have figured it out now. Maybe that was part of my berate. It was just like, we're attacking the other end, lads. Oof. Vicious low cross from Darvic. Could have gone anywhere. Got cleared 40 yards upfield. Apparently he didn't get a shot away during all that. Interesting. Right, do you see the improvement when I really shout at you and tell you how terrible you actually are? Oh, he's bursting past again. Now, things have changed. See, they've switched this up. Look at this. Look at what they've done here. Nobody said a word. Not one of you said a word, did you? Right, we're going to trigger the press on him. Okay. Now, I want him shown outside. And I want him shown outside. Okay. Right. And then I want to go to here and we'll invite the crosses. Because I'm not sure they're all that great at that. Probably a mistake. But I want them forced out wide. I want them charging through the flaming middle. Kasongo. Oh. Well, it's a shot, boys. It's the first thing you've done all half. Right, Darvic is not having the greatest of games and is knackered. So we'll put you in. We'll put Al Janafi in for Kasongo as well, actually, because he's a bit tired. Now. Okay, let's put Fairs on. So then that will change our shape a bit, so that might throw them a little bit more. And I'm going to offer some encouragement. Okay, now Castellanos is not playing particularly well. So now, yeah, see, Lecam can play that. How good is he at the old defending stuff? Yeah, he's good at that. Right, Lecam is going to come on for Castellanos. Now, I mean, Tecco is a natural at right back. Aguirre is tired. Let's get him on there. Okay, let's go. I mean, they've controlled possession. They have very much controlled possession. Right. I'm going to tell you something you hate now. Focus! Right. Let's control that. Let's do that. Let's be more disciplined. And let's regroup when we lose it. We can still counter. Okay. I'm going to still do that. Okay. I know it's dull for you to watch, but personally I'll be happy if the only highlight we see is the end of game one. It's not gonna be. There's way too long left on this. I'm happy with that though. I take it back. Brancadori finally does something useful. And there we go. 3-1. And frankly, we have barely deserved anything. A draw would have been a fair result. And even then, I think they'd have a right to be slightly miffed. Although, XG-wise, they didn't create a lot. But they dominated the game, possession-wise. However, we take a 3-1 lead back to the Etihad. I can't complain. Even though, well, actually, I can complain. We know this. What I meant to say is, I shouldn't complain. Anyway, moving on. Right, I guess we'll probably be back for the second leg just to make sure, get ourselves into the last 16. As you can see from the schedule as well, we have Southampton in the FA Cup 5th round. Now, last time I looked, they were top of the Championship. They still are. A point clear of Ipswich, having an excellent season. So let's try and ruin that for them. I mean, if it's anything like the actual Southampton in real life, it'll be easily ruined. Probably by themselves. Now, our run-in is not exceptionally hard. I mean, we have got Tottenham and Chelsea to play, who we have just let escape from our clutches, having got right back in amongst them. Our last 2 results have just let them ease away from us again. We can claw them back, and there aren't that many particularly difficult games in there. Newcastle are probably one of the tougher ones. I mean, away Liverpool on paper sounds difficult, but they are 12th. They're just not doing anything. So there's no excuses in a lot of these games, but then there was no excuses in these 2 either. I mean, we can see how they turned out. However, it's Champions League that'll be the priority to begin with, and we'll come back for the home leg, and just to make sure we don't blow another 2-goal lead in the Champions League. Anyway, that's enough. I'm rambling again. Why didn't you stop me? I've stopped myself now. So, thank you for joining me. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time to hopefully make it through to the last 16 of the Champions League. Bye bye for now.